Hi, I'm Mrs. Bencomo, one of the school counselors here at Lee High School. We put together a presentation to help you with your college application essay writing. So a little bit different than what you're going to see in the English or history classes. So we wanted to make sure that you had the right skill set and confidence to help you go through to the finish line. Make note of who your school counselor is. It may have changed this year. We have some new faces and there's been a shift in the alpha. Right now, you're a senior. You've already had 3 years of high school. So please do not sweat over the things you cannot change. Your transcript, it is what it is. What you can change, what you have control over, is your essay. So this can really set you apart from other applicants if you have a strong essay. Colleges want the essay to show your writing ability, the ability to communicate, your voice. Who are you? And remember, this is about you. This isn't about, who your parents think you are or who you hope to be, who you are right now, because who you are right now is enough. And that this is a person applying to college. Also, how do you think? What are your values, your preferences? What's your style? As you're writing, you're going to demonstrate, can you write? This is a narrative. You're going to tell your own story. So make sure that you get feedback. And before you ask for feedback, go ahead and polish it a little bit. Spell check and proofread it yourself. You do not want to ask your counselor or the college and career specialist to provide feedback if it's already a little bit messy. These are steps that you should do yourself. You're about to go to college, and writing is a skill that you will use a lot. So these essays are going to demonstrate, can you think? So your application can be flat without a solid essay. These essays are going to demonstrate, can help judge your understanding of social intellectual issues. Did you take this essay seriously, or does it look like it was predictable? Did you take risk in the essays? Did you buy it off the internet? Did your parent write it? Did you use Chat GPT? I mean, I could go on, but what's essential is that this needs to be in your voice with what are your priorities. Answer the prompt, take it seriously. These college applications, they spend time coming up with the prompts, and they really want to hear your voice and how you think about these prompts. So what's most, excuse me, what's most important? You. You are center stage in this essay. So from now until you're done with all the college essays, think of yourself as a rock star. You're the most important person in the house. Now, when you're done with your college applications, please go back to being you. I think your parents and other people in your life may be tired of you being center stage, but for now, please own that, because you are important. We all want you to recognize that. So you're the only person who has been you for your whole life, and you're the authority on who you are. And that's true. Be prideful, because you have had a lot of accomplishments, and it's okay to brag about it. We're college admission officers are expecting you to brag about it, to boast about what you're passionate about, what you've accomplished, how you've been involved in the community. So go ahead. Maybe if you need a pep talk, talk to your school counselor, but definitely this is about you, and be proud of that. What can the essay do for you? It's going to personalize your self-presentation. It's going to show your personality and your writing ability. It's going to convey your personal style under less pressure. That's why you want to spend time on it, because When you're writing your essay in November, you're going to feel pressured. But if you start now, you're going to be able to relax a little bit. So your essay should convey information not found in other places on the application. So for example, you don't need to write about your grades. You don't need to write about your extracurriculars if you've already listed it. But what you do need to write about is how do those fit together? So if you maybe if you had a dip in your grades, you can explain about your personal journey during that time. Or if you are really involved in some extracurricular, you can explain why you're so passionate about something. You want to remember also in these essays to be compelling. You want the reader to be engaged. So keep it interesting, and we can help you with feedback. But I think when you're writing about yourself, you will be compelling. It will come naturally because you're going to be writing about something that is important to you. There is no need to panic. You've actually done this before, probably hundreds of times. This is familiar, these essays. You're going to have an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. This is about you, and there's no wrong answer. So there is a process, and this is going to help you. You're going to brainstorm. You want to organize your thoughts, write, rewrite, and edit. So, for example, there's a prompt. When you read the prompt, what does it make you think? Okay, just start writing down. That's how you brainstorm, and then organize it. Do you see any similarities, or can you group some of these ideas? And then just start writing. You can pick up your phone, use the voice prompt, and it'll type all of your thoughts out for you, and then you edit it. So you can use the tools available for you, except for ChatGPT, and just get it done. Start putting that pen to paper. So remember, we are defined by our choices. So how you write reveals your ability. What you write about reveals you. So look at the list of questions required, and that will be either on the Common App or on for the UC personal insight questions, the PIQs. Look at those that are required and how do you respond to them? There's going to be some that you're like, it doesn't do anything for me. And then there's going to be others that evoke emotion. And those are probably the ones that you're going to write a better response to. I'm not going to go through all of the Common App essay prompts. You will have those already. Also, for the personal insight question for the UCs, those are going to be a little bit different. You are going to be more direct in those responses. With the personal insight questions, you don't have a lot of word space. So it is important to be more direct and get to the point. There's not going to be as much of a narrative that you're going to see on the Common App, but we're going to have another presentation for the UCs about that. So as you're writing, whether it's for the UCs or for the Common App, things to remember are do not be generic, do not be too general, and do not be boring. I could read you a sample of this. You can read it yourself, but be specific. This is your life. And you're going to have examples, and that's okay. Keep the focus on you. Doesn't need to be on your grandmother or maybe someone else in the family. A lot of times we see that in essays. Remember, this is about you. You can abbreviate, maybe if you say grandmother, but she was influential, you can just say she was influential. You don't need to explain why, but you would need to be more specific about how your response has been to that and what you are doing because of that. Why do essays fail? And this is important to understand so that when you are proofing your essay first, you can ask yourself these questions. Was this too comprehensive? Was I trying to squeeze too much in one response? Was it too general? Was it being too vague? Was it not about you? Was it not personal? Poor editing? So ask yourself those questions when you are writing or when you're reading your work, because then it's going to better direct you to a more solid essay. You're going to, again, part of the process is brainstorming. So make a list, ask questions, focus, and then you prove. And that's going to help you with your essay writing. You are going to remember that editing is your friend. This is just going to help you hone your voice. You're going to focus and prove. You're going to reread. What were those supports of those statements that you wrote about? Reread it again, probably rewrite and revise, but definitely ask for feedback too. That's going to help you. A lot of times when you're writing these essays, you've read it 100 times, and you need that second set of eyes to help you give that extra polish. Make sure that you make this essay yours. All writers get help, but please do not ask for live-in editors. And the reason I recommend this, and if you need to show this to your parents, that's okay. But what happens is if you know that one of your parents is going to edit your essay, you may hold back on being fully personal because you're thinking, oh, what is mom going to think? Or what is my dad going to think? I want you to remember when you're writing an essay for college admission officers, their job is to admit. They are looking for reasons to admit you. So there is nothing punitive about college admissions. Sometimes it's just a matter of, is it a match? Is it a fit? So, but they want to admit students. So please, no need to hold back, be authentic, and avoid live-in editors. Also, you want to be honest. Do not misrepresent yourself. Do not exaggerate about all of the clubs or even make up a club that you were involved in. I've seen this in other essays. It shows through itself because you're not able to be authentic about it because you didn't live it. But what we want you to do is believe in yourself and tell your story because you absolutely are enough. You're amazing. And you have had a lot of great experiences that make you qualified to apply to these colleges. So some last minute tips for procrastination. Everyone does this. There's nothing wrong with it. Although if you do start early, then it's a little more relaxed process. If you're one of those last minute people, pick 3 things from your room. When you're able to pick 3 things that are important, you will say, oh, this was important to me because of that, or I hold this close to my heart because I feel like this. So, but if you're able to look around your room, what are 3 things that you identify with that can provide some kind of focus or direction? You can also look at your family photo album and be inspired by maybe what other people have done in your family or what you don't want to do in your family. So that's another tip. But talk to your parents, coaches, and teachers. Parents are great resources because they're your biggest fans and they remember everything that you've done and can help you with those essay ideas. Also, think about something you used to believe in, but you don't anymore. Maybe you've had like a paradigm shift in your beliefs. Why? Why did that happen? What was it that motivated this change? And have someone interview you and have them write down key ideas, words, or phrases. And this is something that you can do for each other with your friends. Interview each other to draw out what are those best qualities that help you develop those friendships or those relationships or motivate you in school. So those are some pro tips for procrastinators. Some tips to remember. Remember, when you are writing these essays, you need to tell the reader about you. This needs to be personal, and you are the star of the show. This is a familiar format with you as the subject. This is your chance to add to your application. Do not repeat anything that is in another part. If you're explaining why things happen, that's differently. You're piecing together all of the elements. But this is for you to add to your college application. You want to start strong and grab the attention of the reader because you want the reader to be engaged. You want them to find the essay compelling. Be careful about having overly dramatic hooks that can be a distraction and then later a letdown. So you do want to have some balance with those first sentences. Make sure that you're focused and you have a point to your essay. Make sure that you answer the prompt. They were very thoughtful with these prompts, and if you don't answer it, you've actually missed the point. So in about 10 to 15 minutes, we have the file, we better get the point. And that's from a reader at Princeton. Make sure that you share the best qualities of you in these essays. And we know that you can do this. There are 5 myths about college essays. You must write about something no one else has ever written about. That's not true. There is a right answer to every question. Not true either. You must be funny, clever, or wacky. Please don't do that. If you're not naturally funny, it's going to bomb on the college essay, and it's not necessary. Some people just aren't funny, so don't even try to do that. You have to write this essay alone. No, please get help. Ask for feedback. There's resources here at Lee, and we want you to use them. Your essay can get you in. Your essay can highlight your best qualities and explain your transcripts and your extracurriculars. It's not the only thing that will get you into college. Colleges have a holistic approach for the most part to admission, so they look at other factors too. Okay, so some common mistakes. Thinking of admission committees as stuffy old people you need to impress. No, a lot of them are young, hip, cool, and you don't need to impress any of them. They already are impressed that you're applying to college. Trying too hard to be memorable. Be authentic. Writing a predictable or generic essay. No, you're not going to do that. You're going to make sure you answer the prompt. You're going to give specific examples. You're going to prove your statements. Forgetting that counselors, teachers, parents are your allies in the process. Please don't forget that. We're excited to support you and look forward to helping you on this journey. And then forget about what should I say. Instead, focus on what they don't already know about me. That's what's most important. What do they not know about you already? And in closing, we wanted to remind you that you're already amazing. Your value and worth is not dependent on admission to one particular school. There's a team of experts ready and willing to support you. We want you to enjoy this time of self-reflection and discovery. Thank you very much. We're really proud of you and can't wait to support you in any way we can. Thank you.